This Tails game, is in my opinion the most forgettable Sonic game of all time. I know I said Game Mode and Music Maker were terrible and nobody plays them, but they at least had the excuse of being on the Sega Pico, which is for little babies. This game was made on the Sega Game Gear, which, okay, Sonic Chaos at least had a few defenders, and the other forgettable games I can think about is the Sonic Drift series, but at least those were good. But this game was just the most mid Sonic game, Tails game I've ever played, and it's not even close. But why is this game so mid? Well, let's find out. Now, the manual that is available is in Japanese, so this may be inaccurate since I only have an online translator. But basically, Tails was looking for a new adventure so he could be independent and not let Sonic carry him. Once he got into an island, he noticed that there was a witch who claimed that she'll take over the planet by turning everyone into crystals. And that leads Tails into his own adventure to take down the evil witch and save the island. Overall, I actually like this little story. It gives development to Tails as a character, so maybe if the gameplay holds up, this game could actually be pretty good. Well... So unlike other Sonic games, this takes place within Tails flying through the air, and the only way to die is bumping into a wall, hitting the ground, or getting hit by another obstacle. There is fuel in the game, but honestly, if you just be careful of your speed, you're really fine. I never died by running out of fuel. This durability and method of Tails dying makes it really hard to get a game over, or heck, even lose a life. Tails can also grab objects using his wing, which is mainly used for carts, rails, and grabbing on enemies. This moveset is clever and unique, however, it suffers from the So you know how I said it would be hard to die with Tails since the only thing to avoid is the ground? Yeah, these levels don't help at all. Every quote-unquote wall obstacle is so easy to avoid if you're careful. The enemies are pointless because they do projectile attacks, which I guess slows you down, but you can just bypass it by just spamming the button. So they are pointless in running you out of fuel, and this means that there's almost zero things to worry about when playing through the levels, except for these sections because it's a little bit tricky, but those you can also bypass by spamming. Although I'll do admit, you do need to be a little bit skillful, and spamming is not always going to work. Besides that one obstacle, it's just boring dead air. However, this is not even the worst part of the game, given that there are only a grand total of 5 levels. And that's being generous, because the first level is a training stage, so basically the tutorial. This means that the entire game is usually completed in half an hour, and the world record is under 7 minutes without glitches. Well, since there are no Chaos Emeralds or collectibles, the only way to get replay value, I guess, is if the bosses are hard. So let's see if they are. So these bosses, in quotations, have the same method of attacking, which is to grab them using a wing to throw the boss into a wall, causing damage, and at max the boss uses a projectile. Need to remind you, this is every boss in the game with little to no differences other than health. Wow, that was a disappointment. What else do you want me to say when most of the game is dead air? This is the second game that is about Tails, and it's just so boring. This feels like a mixed review demo of a free-to-play game on Steam. Let's hope the next Tails game is good, which is right after this one.